Morning everybody. As you can see, we're out here this morning harvesting the barley. We've tried to bring up what equipment we think we're going to need today because we're trying to avoid being down at the farm, as today is the day that the well, I guess bale shed goes up, and I've also asked them to put in some extra lights around the farm, so I'm just trying to stay out of the way of the farm today as much as I can. I've also accepted a contract to harvest field 16. I had in fact just sort of started that when I realised that this one was ready for harvest, so we came back down to do this. So this field's going to need limed as well afterwards. We have brought the fertiliser up, but it will need limed. We contracted out both the weeding and the second stage of fertilisation for field 25 down there. Yesterday evening when we sowed the grapes, it took us over the 300,000 mark for the first time. But as you can see, it's dropped down again because of course we had to pay for the bale shed to go in this morning, as well as those new lights, so it's dropped down again a little bit. So yeah, once we've done this, we're going to bale it, but we'll leave the bales on the field for now because we don't have to put them until later on today. So that's fine. So we won't get this field turned over too quickly, but that's okay. I think we'll be putting soybean into this one next, and because I want to put grass in the bottom one just because it's nearer the farm. It's a bit flatter as well. Oh, there we go, we're full. Let me just now. Yeah, I meant to go and start down on the bottom end, but never mind. So as you can see, we've got the lorry on here just now because the tractor was getting used for the contracts. Also, it now has the baler on it just up there ready to go. So once we've harvested this, we'll get on. I have actually emptied the trailer at least once. We were just over half full, so I quickly snuck down back to the farm to the silo to empty it. As I say, I'm trying to stay away from there at the moment so that they can get on with it's not so much putting the bale shed up, it's more the lights around the farm. It's just, we don't want to have big farming machinery having to drive past them every now and then. Health and safety reasons. Right, I'll start along the bottom, even though I've not finished that row, it's okay. So we'll aim to at least get this harvest finished. We should get it finished by lunchtime. And hopefully field 16 when we get onto it won't take too long, so... this harvester, I mean, it's quite a basic harvester. I mean, you couldn't turn, most harvesters will have an option to turn off straw swath. This one doesn't. Not that I want to turn it off, but it certainly doesn't have the option to do so anyway. So, as in sometimes when we take contracts in some of the fields, we don't want the straw, so I just turn off the farmer doesn't want the straw, so we just turn off the straw swath. But as I say, if I was to use this for those contracts, I wouldn't be able to do that. So, but that's fine. Yeah. We're getting quite a lot. I can't remember, as I say, we've already put over, I think it was over 1,700 litres into the silo already, so I'm hoping that we can, we will get the rest of this in here. But certainly, I think we're likely to get over the 30,000 litres this would hold, which is why I snuck down earlier when I got up to the 17,000 to make sure that we were getting before they really got started too much, and I was going to get in their way too much. I thought I'd nip down and empty it then. So I should get the rest of it into here today. Right. I brought the fertiliser spreader up as well, but this is going to need lime too, but that's fine. I can always pop to the stores, to the sell point near there, and or the buy point near there, to get some lime if I need it. But as I say, chances are I won't be doing much more than just getting this field baled today. We'll see, it depends. Because I haven't got anywhere to put the bales yet. To be fair, most of the bales in this field will be getting sold. And we don't, because the only straw that we need is for the horses, and only having one horse at a time means we're not going through a lot of straw. In fact, Nate's our third horse, and we've still not gone through at least even one bale of straw, and there's still a bale sat there. So I may just keep a few bales and just sell the rest off. But there's no point in keeping any more than that, not for straw anyway. He's going to be the one that we're wanting to get a bit more bales in stock for, just to keep us going for a while, for the sheep. Okay, we will come back in a bit once this is done and we're ready to start baling. Harvest done. And as you can see, it's just about lunchtime. So, I have a cunning plan. Let's just park this up here just now. As we already have, you know, over 17,000 litres in the silo, which is going to last the chickens for quite a while, I think I might sell this. So yeah, that would have given me more than a full load of what this can take. So I'm going to sell this. And I've had a look at the prices, and there's a place which I think, I mean, I'm going to go up the top, I think it's quicker onto this road. Has got the best price at the moment, so we're going to go and do that, and it's not a bad price either. Sorry, cleared my throat there. So we'll sell what we've got here, which is, as I say, the 17,000 will last us quite a while because we're not going through a lot. And we are going to sell this here. And we are also going to have our lunch here today. This is the place, I think I mentioned this earlier about the new shop that's coming. And also we can sell stuff here. Now, I think it'll be okay for me to park that there just now. So it's giving us a little bit of income. So yeah, we're going to have our lunch here. As you can see, the shop does a few things. I'm not sure if that's hats or I think it might be you know, shades, lamp shades or something, towels, flip-flops, various types of buckets, water, glasses even, or spectacles, whatever you want to call them, lamps, some more buckets, I think it's probably bags of flour, certainly boxes of flour, yeah, wheat, it's wheat flour, might be something else in there. I think, yep, milk, and yeah, a few other bits and bobs in here. Hot dogs, whoa, and I think that's what I'm going to have. It's a grilled hot dog matches, so I'm going to wait to order that. And yeah, we shall see you in a little bit as I go and have some lunch. Catch you in a bit. Now that was a nice lunch. Yummy. Okay, let's get this out. I'm thinking field 16 is quite a big field, and we have put up there, we've used their equipment, so there is a combine and a trailer, etc. up there already, but I'm just wondering whether or not to take my own combine up, except I can't because I haven't got the header for it. Never mind, I did think about that as an idea of speeding up the process, but if I remember rightly, it's sunflowers and I don't have a header yet, although I am planning on getting one, but not until after my yard's completed, just to see where we're at. Right, okay. So I might end up, because of time, I might just end up getting somebody to do the job for me. But for now anyway, we're going to go and start on the baling. field. Right, here we go. Now this has got a little bit of hay in it, so the first bale out the back of this will be a hay bale, because it's still mostly hay that's in there. I'm probably going to do every second row to begin with, because I think it's going to be a bit tight to try and turn on to that next row. So I'll do every second row and then I'll come back up and get those the next time round. And then later on I'll hire a trailer to come and pick up all our bales. Once we've got somewhere to store them as well, sell them. Don't know what the bale price is like at the moment. Actually, we should probably have a look. Because if it's not great, we can hold on to them for a bit longer. It's not going to be a problem. We're going to have the space to do so. Oh, actually, I did come down onto the next road, didn't I? I didn't skip one at all. It's because I have got a bit of space to turn. Well, it's fine. Do have plenty of room to turn, so I guess it's doable. The only thing about having a small header and a small harvester is that I get lots and lots of little lines of straw. I mean, I could get at least a windrower and amalgamate 2 or 3 of these rows together, and that might be something we'll do in the future just to speed up this part of the process. There's our hay bale. I'll probably leave that and come up and get that with the forks at some point. You have yet to take Nate out today, so I think once they're finished down there, we'll pop and take out Nate. I do think I'm going to actually subcontract out the field 16, because this field here is going to take up pretty much quite a lot of my day. And even if I subcontract out it to begin with and then I maybe finish it up later, I've got time, fine. So as you can see, it's going to take us a little while to get this field all baled up. So I guess we pause it there and come back in a little bit could do a time lapse, but I think that we had quite a bit of that yesterday, and a bit, so I don't want to do it too often. And also music to then look for more music. But yeah, let's pause it here for now, and I'll come back to you once this is done. Okay. Slight change of plan here. I decided that, you can see I've got quite a lot of bales on here, and even though I can't get any put in the barn just now, in my shed just now, sorry, I could actually get them off the field and sell what we're going to sell. I had a look at the prices. I'm not sure. It's the first time I've sold straw bales, and so I don't know if it's a good price or not, but it's steady, and so we're going to go with it. So I've hired the biggest loader that we could, and as you can see it's a magic loader. Automatically puts them on, and because I'm just rubbish at things like this. So I'm going to get most of the bales off the field. I have subcontracted out that field 16, and I did pop up there quickly to help them empty out the harvester, but it's a massive field, and I was looking at the harvester, and it's not a big harvester, and it's certainly not the biggest headers that's out there either for that type of harvest. So I'm now considering whether or not to just buy myself a new header for our harvester and pop up and give them a hand, just to get that field done and out the way. We'll see, because I've got to get a header anyway, so I don't know, maybe I think we had a look at it yesterday and it was about 17,000, so that's that lot full. Now I need to look and see where we're actually going, because I don't know where the barn is. We're selling them at the barn, but where is the barn? If I just highlight that there, okay, so that's where the barn is. Alright, okay, so if we come down on the bottom road then, and we can turn in there. I've marked it in the distance there. So yeah, I figured, wage payments are high. I figured, yeah, let's just get this stuff off the field. We're not going to get this field turned over today, clearly. I mean, we're already at 3 o'clock. I need to take Nate out soon, which actually may mean I won't get round to buying another header today. But we'll see. But yeah, there's a lot of that field 16 left to do, and it's not a big header that's on there, unfortunately. I kind of wish I'd started subcontracting it sooner than what I did. I should have just done it as soon as I realised that I was going to have to come down and do my own field. But yeah, I like harvesting, you see, so I was hoping that I would have a chance to do a bit myself, but never mind. Okay, so we're coming down here, I believe. Am I in the right place? Am I in the right place? I'm never entirely sure on this map. And I've said it's the first time we've come down to the barn. I'm not even sure what is that? What is that for? Looks like it's possibly wood chips now. I'm not going to get all of these into that little square there. I'll have a quick look at that point in a minute, see how much I can get in. No, I did take them all grand. Yeah, it's alright, 4,000 bales sold, plus the 6 we got for the barley. chips. It's not actually giving me anything because there's nothing in it. Given that's a tiny... I have no idea. Anyway. Back to the field. Just come out just behind the shop by the looks of things. There we go, our very first trip to the barn. Just give them a wee toot as I go past. I really enjoyed lunch there today, and that's probably going to become not an everyday place for having lunch, but a fairly regular place for me having lunch, I suspect. I'm not quite sure what time they close at. I might have to check that out a bit later. No, I probably should have went along the road instead of cutting around this way. I'm conscious of time as usual. And how much stuff we still need to get through today. Right. Now then, have I got this? There we go. I have. So I'm thinking hay bale will definitely keep, and I'm not thinking too many straw bales. I'm thinking I'm probably just going to keep 4 for down the shed. Let's see, how many have we got here? So if I do 1, 2, and this one over here, and that leaves us 4 plus that hay bale. 1, 2, 3. We've counted that right. And it's fine, we'll take these and to the barn, and then I'll just come back with this and take those bales off the field. And then I think I will go and take the fertiliser out the spreader, come down to the shop, get some lime in it, and at least make a start on getting that lime and fertiliser on that field. And then I suspect we're going to have to head back down to the farm so that I can take Nate out, which I'm going to have to do very shortly. This one, next one. So often I turned down this one thinking it was the shop when I first came here, and I still do it occasionally. Now that I want to turn around it, turn down it, and yeah, forgetting where it is. This tractor's going to need a little bit of maintenance soon as well, but that's fine because we have a nice new garage area. Right, here we go. And there we go. Yeah, so I'm not too bad at price for bales. All said and done. And I'll go get the rest of them off the field. I want to come and have a nosy up at these house bulbs later on as well, just to see where they're at. But I'll wait till the builders are finished for the day. Okay, last trip. Yes. Oops, a daisy. That's very poor driving. Get this last straw one in, I'll get the hay one on. And these can all go into the shed, and probably not too far away time-wise. Right. For now, I'll leave them there, and I'm going to go find my spreader. Actually, I might just do the... Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. I might put fertiliser on before I put the lime on as well. Ah, wrong side, look at that. Numpty. Okay, so we're going to crack on and get as much of this done as possible. And I'll come back to you soon, probably within the next half hour or so, maybe a little bit longer. So we'll see you in a bit. Fingers crossed we have just enough to get us to the end of this bit here, because this is the last row. Oh, it's going to be tight if I make it at all. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, phew. How close was that? Tiny, tiny little bit in there. This is actually needing cleaned, so we'll go and do that. Well, we're going to leave it down there. I'll clean it later. I'm going to go and take Nate out, and we'll have a look around our own yard, and we'll also go up and have a nosy around those houses, which I want to do. But yeah, you can kind of see it. I was trying to... So I think we got the fertiliser on, and just as we got finished the fertiliser, it was just after 4. So I thought, alright, we shall pop down and fill this up the line here. And you can see this is one of our new lights here on the corner. I think we've got 3 of these in total that we've got put in. There's that one, there's one nearer the house, and there's also, I'll show you this one. So, and these are all manual, so I can switch them on and off as need be. So yeah, there's this one here, just by the house, and the third one is just, and I think, oh wait, we'll go and jump on Nate if we can actually. It's looking for something to be, I know, oops, not jump on you that way, Nate, sorry. Right, just thought we've got to come and take Nate out anyway, so let's do this. So yeah, you can just see it coming out the other side of the trees there. So there's the third light that we've got there. So these are the 3 new lights that we had put in, so that's why we were kind of staying out the way today, to let them get on and get that done. Our yard is most definitely getting there. And you see we've already got some stuff in here, and there's actually bollards around the back of it as well, just here. And that ground's not doing the funny thing anymore. Oh, it is again. Stopped doing it yesterday, but hey ho. Let's go up and have a look at our... This is where our bales is going to go. I mean, it is massive, and I do get that it's bigger than what we need it to be, but it can also hold equipment. You come over here, so there's not going to be bollards put at the back of this. Right, Nate, hopefully you won't run off while I'm showing off this. So, we come here, this is lights. So we've got lights here. We're going to bring the fences up to either side of here, but we're not putting bollards up the back of this. The reason being that, sorry Nate, I'm coming back to you. There is, we can close it off just like that. So, and that's on both sides. So that's grand, and so yeah, we just need to bring the fences up to here, so we don't need bollards at the back of this one. So it's all good. Let's go for a run, because as I say, I did want to go and have a bit of a nosy up at these new builds up here as well. Harvesting's ongoing still in the field 16. As you might have expected. It's getting there though, so you know, I may not need to run off and buy a header just yet, which is good. I still think there might be 2 or 3 hours work in that, but that's not too bad. And that's going to be a contractor doing that, of course, and not me, the subcontractor I should say. Yeah. Although I think I'll try and get my field ploughed, possibly cultivated by this evening, we shall see. And I can put our new bales into our new bale shed as well today, so that's another positive. So all that's left there to do now is to put the buy points and the fencing in, and I think they're going to try and put the fences in first, but we'll see. I think that's what they said to me yesterday. Great demand at the sawmill. I haven't got anything for the sawmill. So these are coming on. I don't think they're going to be far off getting done. This one's a bit further on than that one there. They've clearly been... I just leave Nate here. I don't want to take him any closer onto what is a building site. Now you've got some electrics and that going in. Just sneak in. Don't tell anybody. There's a little room in there. Yeah, some wood. Oh, they've got like a saw here as well. Let's go and see if we can go up the stairs. Roof's on this one. Looks like it still might need insulating. I've not put any walls in up here, but yet. Don't know if they are. Maybe they're going to leave it all open plan. So that's that one. Right, Nate. I'll come and jump on Nate and go down to the next one. Right. This one's not quite so far along. It's looking quite nice. So I'll put the whole thing there. It's a wood. It's got some stairs in here, but they're just wooden ones. I don't know if that's just temporary or not. Yeah. So yeah, they still need to put the roof onto here. It's got a gap there. I wonder if they're putting in a... Well, it's got a sort of dormer window there, I guess. And I'm just jumping around on the joust, so I better be careful. Get down before I go and hurt myself. Right. So that's us for that. Nosy. I guess they're not going to be too long and get finished. And there's our new favourite shop and place to have lunch. It looks like it's still open yet. As I say, I'm not sure what time it closes at. I'll head down this way. The barn that we've used for the first time today. There we go, Nate. I'll just sort of head back towards the farm. So yeah, I will once more plough and cultivate field 24. See how much we get done tonight, and then, as I have been doing lately, I'll contract out the sowing, because it's not my strong point, especially when I don't have the lines to follow. Maybe our next seeder will have lines to make it easier for me. I'll probably drop off Nate, and then I'm going to probably quickly pop up to the field 16 to see where we're at there. You want to stretch your legs a little bit again, Nate? It's a nice good stretch here. So yeah, as I say, the shed for the bales is big, but again, you know, we can get machinery in there as well. It doesn't just have to be bales. But our farmyard is getting there. The buy points and the fences are pretty much the last thing that's going to go in. Oh, I did forget to, show you a couple of lights we put in the yard as well. I totally forgot. They were also putting these in today, as well as our little lights around the rest of the farm. So just up on the right there, you can see one of our new lights. It's a floodlight, and we've kind of placed two of these at the moment, sort of this one here, and there's another one over the other side. Helper A has completed the task. I'd be surprised if that was true. I'll pop up there in a minute. And another one here to try and just get as much light into the yard as possible. There is a sort of dark area around where we are just now, so there's a possibility that we might place a smaller one of these lamps here yet, but we'll see. We're going to come back, have a look again after dark tonight and see what we think now that the new shed's in as well. But first of all, we'll take Nate back, and then I'm going to go up to field 16 and see where we're at. I don't think they're going to be finished yet. We may have to go up and finish that off ourselves, if that's the case, if they're done for the day, and they might just be saying, that's it, it's 5:30, I'm not doing any more work today. That's, yeah, not great, but, you know. Oh, Nate. I know. Right, are you clean? That's just what we need to do. Yeah, you are, okay. Right, tractor. I'll get that cleaned up in a bit before we put it away for tonight. In fact, while we're here, I'll just switch this on because it'll be dark likely when we come back down this way. I think they're going to also, I should have a look at that because I think are going to need their not yet, so okay, it might be tomorrow before they need their second stage fertilisation, which is fair enough. In fact, I hope it is, because that means it's not going to be too late in the night for us now. I'm probably just going to take a bit of a shortcut across fields, etc. Have tractor, can go off-road. I can drive up through my own field. It's been harvested and it still needs ploughing, etc. So at the moment it's fine. And of course I've got to put everything else away, including the bales, shortly. Try and get that all done before it gets dark. So I've got a couple of hours really, tops now. So this is it. Yeah. You cannot be finished because there's still quite a lot of this field to do up here. It's a bit weird that you've stopped. Oh well, he's just stopped there, has he? Okay. Guess I'll be finishing off this field then. Maybe just rode too far back. It's fine. As you can see, it's not, I mean, it's not a bad sized harvester, but we could have done with a bigger one and a bigger header, particularly on a field of this size. More like the one we did, I don't know if you remember it, when we did field 28 a few days back, whenever it was. Was it corn that was in there? Yeah, corn, and we had a much bigger harvester and a much bigger header from that field. And yes, that field's also much bigger than this field. But, you know, something like that size would be good. But then, you know, if the farmer doesn't own that, he doesn't own it, so yeah. I still think there's a good couple hours working here now, if not more. Here goes my chance possibly of having an early evening, given that our subcontractors gone home for the day by the looks of things. So we'll not get our ploughing and that done tonight unless I can find somebody to subcontract that to instead. I think our soybeans are likely going to be ready for harvest tomorrow. Yeah. Pardon me. And of course I cannot drive the straight line. Well, in that case, I think we are going to call it for the day in terms of this episode. And thank you all for watching. I hope you continue to enjoy how our farm is developing. And I will catch you all again another day. Probably tomorrow. Likely tomorrow. if you're around. Bye for now, everybody.